As a member of the IFA, one of your responsibilities is to make sure your member dashboard is kept up to date. By keeping your member dashboard up to date, it will help you when you're renewing your membership with the IFA. I will now explain to you how to log into your member dashboard, how to keep your personal details up to date, how to complete your annual declaration, and how to pay your annual membership fees. In order to access your member dashboard, you will be required to go to the IFA website and click on the IFA logon icon on the member homepage. This can be found at the top of the web page here. This will redirect you to your login details. Here, you will enter your ID number or email address and your password. If you do not know these or cannot remember them, please contact the membership team and they shall reset them for you. If you are supervised by the IFA for compliance with the money laundering regulations as an IFA member firm, you will need to make sure that you enter your member login details, not your firm details. Otherwise, you won't be able to access the parts that we're going to talk about. This will redirect you now to your main dashboard. Now, before we start going through the dashboard, I'd like to just make you aware that if you do actually navigate away from this, such as clicking on members, you can always go back to your dashboard by clicking on dashboard here. Now, the main dashboard homepage will give you instructions on how to manage your dashboard. We talk about your annual declaration, your personal details, contact details, CPD and annual payments. All things we'll go through now. If we start by clicking on the membership, the membership tab will provide information detailing your membership grade and when your membership is paid through to. For example, it can see that I'm currently an AFA and I'm paid through till the 31st of December 2020. If you are a member of another professional body, you can also add these details by clicking on the drop-down list here. For example, I'm a member of CPA. Once everything is happy, you simply move on to the next tab, which is personal details. The personal details here is the information about yourself. You won't be able to change your given name or your family name. And so if you do change either of these, please contact the IFA membership team who will be able to do that. Here you will be able to update your title, your preferred name, your company name, your job responsibilities, and the name you want to appear on your membership certificate. If everything on this is correct, you can simply click Save and move to the next tab. Contact details are the details in which the IFA need to hold in order to be able to contact you. These will include your home address, your business address, and any other address you'd like to provide to us. I have populated this with my business address, and I've also chosen my business address to be my preferred mailing. You also are required to put in a telephone number and an email address. Email is the main form of contact for the IFA, and we will be using email for all renewal and regulatory purposes. So please make sure your email address is always up to date. If everything else there is correct, you simply click the acceptance and click Save. We will then move on to the annual payment section. The IFA have introduced many ways of assisting members with making payment. The easiest ways to make payment is to pay the total amount in full. It is very important that the annual payment is paid before the due date. The due date for all annual fees is the 31st of December of that year. Failure to make the payment may result in late fees of £30 being attached to your invoice, or in worst case scenarios, your membership lapsing. Now, we would try to avoid doing this as quickly as possible. And so if you have any problems with making payment, please contact the IFA as early as possible. We'll now move on and actually make the payment. Here is where you can make your payment for your annual membership. It will show you have a few options, and depending on when you decide to renew, you may have other options available. All you will do is simply click on the agree to adhere to the IFA policies. You have read and abide to the terms and conditions, and the details the IFA hold for you are correct. You will click on the Pay Now button, and this will redirect you to start entering your card details. Here, you can enter your card details and make the payment. Once your payment has been made, you will receive a receipt confirming payment with a tax invoice attached. The next tab after this will be your declaration. We can go back onto that by clicking on your dashboard and then going back to your declaration if you can't navigate away from the payment section. Your declaration will consist of 16 multiple choice questions and 1 CPD declaration. We shall now work through answering these, assuming that all the answers are no. So the first question is in relation to public practice. If you are in public practice, you will be required to obtain an IFA practice certificate in accordance with the IFA bylaws. If you do not hold one but are in practice, please contact the IFA membership team straight away to begin application process. So we are going to now assume that I am in public practice, and I will simply click next to move to page 2 of 5. The next 15 questions are about your fit and proper standing. If you answer yes to any of these questions, as I will do now, a pop-up box will appear. You will need to put information into this box. This information will need to be clear and accurate, and the IFA may contact you if we need further information. So we are now on page 3 of 5, and we are still answering no for the purposes. And this is the final page of the fit and proper. Okay, we're now on page 4 of the declaration. Now, it's very important that you make sure that all of these questions, including the questions before this, were answered correctly and truthfully. If the IFA discover that any of the questions you've answered are incorrect, you may face regulatory action and, in worst case scenarios, possible expulsion from the IFA. This is something we would like to avoid. So if you do have any questions about any of these declarations, please contact the IFA, who will be able to assist you before you answer. The last part is your CPD declaration. You will be required to read through the notes as a member or as an affiliate. You will be asked one question, which is, have you complied with the IFA CPD requirements for the previous 12 months? Please be aware the IFA may request evidence to support your answer. If you have complied, you will simply say yes. If you have not, you will say no, and you will provide the reasoning below. Once you have answered, you will click on the tick box and submit. Once you have submitted your declaration, the declaration page will appear. If you try to go back into your declaration at any stage, it will not appear. It will simply say it has already been submitted. You will only be able to do a declaration once. And so if you have got any of these questions wrong, or if anything changes, please contact the IFA membership team straight away. We will now move on to your CPD records. This tab can be used to record your CPD records and help you keep track of what CPD you have already completed. To add a CPD record, simply click Add CPD Record, enter in the details. So we will put today's details. We would choose what type, whether it is verifiable or unverifiable, and how many hours it has taken. We will click to say we agree, and then save. This will then appear below to show you have done it. You can also email yourself a copy of your CPD record if you choose to need these. We will now talk about the supporting documents. This page is only relevant to those who are in public practice. If you are in public practice, you will need to attach a copy of your professional indemnity insurance. You can simply click Professional Indemnity Insurance and upload from your own personal files. The last tab on this is your invoices. The invoices will show all payments you have made to the IFA, including any CPD events. If you require any of these, you can simply view them, which will show you, or you can email yourself a copy and it will email you to whichever email address you want. By completing all of those tabs, it will allow you to renew your membership and retain your membership. We will cover two other tabs, which is your professional interests and your password, but these are not relevant for your member renewal. So if we click on professional interest tab, this will allow you to choose what method you want to hear from the IFA. You can choose either email, mobile, post, or a combination of both. For renewal and regulatory purposes, the IFA will always communicate via email wherever possible. So if you choose hard copy, you will still receive emails from the IFA for renewal purposes. So please make sure we always have a correct email address. If there are any services you wish to specifically hear about, you can click these. So for example, you could choose IFA CPD or the IFA magazine. You can simply link to the bottom, click save, and this will update your personal interests. For password, you can click on update password. It will ask you to provide your existing password, enter a new password, and confirm that password. And that is everything done. Now, if you have any questions or you need any assistance with accessing your member dashboard or renewing your membership, please do not hesitate to contact the IFA membership team. They will be more than happy to help, and we look forward to hearing from you soon. Thank you very much.